Hello and welcome along and welcome to this first look at Bantikow. This is a map by Puma 145. It is available for PC, Mac, PlayStation and Xbox via the in-game mod hub. And it is actually a convert, one from Farming Simulator 19 up to 22. I believe this is a Polish map, although it doesn't mention that in the listing on the mod hub. It came out on Friday, and we are going to have a look around it. We have a nice TLX 2020 to have a drive around on here. But before we get started on that, let's go and have a look at the PDA. And in here, we have got a total of 25 fields. 22 of those are arable fields with 3 meadows. Prices range from... Well, the cheapest field I think I've found is field 24. That is 208,008. Whereas the most expensive is field 8, which is a whopping 1.9 million, nearly 2 million for field 8. Cheapest farm area I've found, I think, is 29 over here. Which is tiny, but this is not a start from scratch map. The field prices almost immediately rule that out. You would be able to buy field 24, and yeah, by the time you ran out of money, you'd be able to buy field 24 and maybe field 27, but you're almost immediately out of the 500,000 that you start from scratch with. I think you would be on a very, very long, hard slog on here on start from scratch. On New Farmer, you start with field 24 and, area 24 and area 27 and area 5, which is quite nice. I think that's a good range of stuff, especially given the equipment you have. We're currently standing in the farmyard in area 27 or farmland ID 27. So yeah, if we have a quick look around here. In fact, this farmyard is so huge. I'm going to jump in our TLX to have a drive around it and have a look. Because yeah, this is not a map for fans of small farmyards. This one is sprawling. We've got a whole load of equipment over there, and we'll go through the equipment at the end of this, but you can already see from here, we have a massive amount of equipment to start on here with 2 fields as well. So it's by no means is this map planned or expected to be small equipment and small stuff. It is all absolutely huge stuff. And you can see this again in the size of this yard. There is just space everywhere around here. Which is no bad thing if you like your yards big. If you like a big cooperative multiplayer, I think this would be good for that as well. But for small farming and for those who like to use your 3-meter cultivator, this map I don't think is for you. This is a much bigger equipment map than that. So we're going to head off down the road here and give you an idea of the size of some of these fields. There's some nice detail in this map. I'm liking all the work that's gone into the verges, adding all the bushes in, adding a nice variety of trees, making it look really nice. And we've got our first sell point in here, and looks like we've got the BGA. So the entrance to that is not there. It's a little further down this road. Yeah, here we go. So we'll head into here. Some nice large silage clamps. These are huge. That's, yeah, several million-litre silage clamps. We've got a lime silo over here. Do these barn doors open? Yes, they do. Oh, I do like the barns on here. There's some nice detail to the barns on here, and to have opening barns in places like the BGA and things like that, very nice. Allows you, if you wanted to set up in an area like this, Good custom BGA by the looks of things as well. Yeah, very much liking the look of that. Now, next, we need to try and get up to the... Oh, no, we need to head down here. Because we do have a few bits and pieces down the bottom of the map here. So we'll head down here. Oh, need to get on the correct side of the road. And, yeah, you can see the nice level of detail that there is. There are, as I said, I don't know if I mentioned it, but there are 3 farmyards on here. So the other ones are not quite as sprawling as the main one, as you can see from there. I don't know what the animals are like on here. It's, yeah, it has animals, so sheep, cows, pigs, sheep, and chickens. So no horses built in default. I can't quite see how I get into those sell points there. So we'll spin this round. Because I thought it was in there, and it's not. It's got to be down this side road here. And it's not even... Oh, no, there it is. Hidden away at the end here. We've got another entrance. And round the back. This looks like... Oh, no, this is a sell point. You can see we've got a big grain silo here. That's a sell point through here. We've got a couple of other sell points here as well, by the looks of things. Maybe located in these barns? Yes, there we go. So this is a sell point for, wow, everything from your, everything out of your greenhouses can come in here, and bale sell point at the end here. So yeah, this has a nice variety of sell points. Down this end, we've got another one by the looks of things. Oh no, this is the gas station. The fuel station down here as well. So that's interesting. That's really well tucked away at the end there. You definitely want to be filling that up and getting your own pump back at the farm, because that is quite a way to come and get that. So I'm going to now head down. We head down this road here, but I think it very quickly comes to a dead end. And down the side of the river. So I think we might have to backtrack a little bit and see if we can go and have a look a little bit further around the map. Because this is the other thing about this map. There's no big circular road on it. It really is just several roads heading out from the center. And you have to head down those roads and then back. So I think we should be able to go down here and cut across the map. And so there are a few farm tracks. It's one of those ones where I think you need to get to know it a little bit. It does have a nice amount of detail on it. There's a good amount of thought being put into much of this map, which tends to be quite often a map converted from started in the previous version and converted up. The map creator does get to have a play around and see if they can improve on what they've done before. And the best maps that get converted really do, that does happen. The map creator goes back, they strip out all of the stuff they don't like, they rebuild it, and they make it nicer than it was in the previous version. And this seems to have had a lot of care and attention in its upgrade. So this, I think, is another yard. Yeah, it is. So this, again, not a small yard. Nice attention to detail on it. I love the mud tracks put across the yards to make it look like it's used a little bit. The gates are so nice and rusty. These are some nice yards for big equipment. And of course, as I said early on, you need big equipment to do this farm. Or do this map, because it is very much a big equipment map, and you can see it the size of the roads as well, really. Another sell point in here, and it looks like it's all self-contained again. Another bale sell point, and sell point for potatoes and sugar beets. So yeah, liking that. That's good. Nice to see the root crop separated out and not have a grill to be tipped into. Actually have an area that looks quite nice to tip it into. Because that's an odd thing on lots of maps, is when you go to a sell point for sugar beets and it's got a grill point, a grill in the floor that you could never actually get sugar beet into. I'd much rather have a hopper or something like that to put to a bore in, or just an area where it's piled like that we can tip next to, that looks like it's somewhere where you would tip those things. We're gonna head back up this way now, and I'm not sure about the edges of this road. I think this might be a limitation of FS22 and not an issue with the map. But it seems a little jagged on the edges at places. But yeah, as I said, I think that is FS22 rather than the map itself. These little follies, I don't know if they are follies or sort of old houses, or electrical stations is what they are, that we get every so often, are quite interesting. It's a very, very interesting design. As we come back up, and this brings us back to the side of the main farm, so we'll head from here out and up the road and head across to the other half of the map. So it is very much like this, that there's as I said, not really a big circular road on. There are circular ways round, but most of it is not on this is not on a big circular track. We are going to head up this roadway here, because at the top of here we have got another cluster of places of interest, sell points, that kind of thing. And you get a feeling as we're driving down here the size of these fields. They are huge. They are absolutely massive. And as a result, you are going to need the big equipment to do it. We've got the dairy at the corner here, so we've got some nice productions built into the map, and it looks like this might be a production area, in fact. Yeah, so tucked up the top of the map here, we've got the oil mill, we've got the cereal factory, we've got the dairy, and then tucked down the back here, we've got the sugar mill. So this is very much an industrial production area. If you want to grab a load of stuff, it's up here. I think that several of those work together, maybe? Does the cereal factory work with the sugar mill? I think it does. I think you might be able to create stuff from the dairy with stuff from those as well. That's quite an interesting one to think about. I think there is a little bit of crossover between those factories. Now I'm going to skip around the back of this field here, and we're just going to run around the sides of these fields, because we want to skip over to the top corner of this map to have a look at what is down that way. Quite nice to have a little bit of grass between them. It gets really thin at this corner though. Wow. But that brings us into a sell point over here, and yeah, this is where a nice road between these two spots would be quite nice. Just a farm truck or something, but only because it would make my map tour a little bit easier. We've got the shop up here. This is what's up this top corner. So main shop is there. We have a repair point over here and sell point over here. So that I think we will find in here. So yeah, this is repairs and customization. And then over this side, we've got fuel again. So yeah, nice laid out shop. Plenty of space to buy stuff and for it to spawn. Always like to see that kind of thing. A really, really nice shop. Oh, and it's a drive-through for the repair station as well. So I think you can open this side of those barn doors and have it there. And then in here, we've got another lime station around here. Ah, and this is one of our animal areas. So this looks to me like cows, I think. Or maybe not. That could be sheep. That could very well be sheep, actually. I'm not sure. This does have the nice feature of unless you buy it, you can't see. I really like that. You buy into it in order to get access to the animal pens and things. More and more maps are doing that now. It's a fantastic feature, and I love it every time I see it because it just adds more and more depth to a map with that kind of stuff. So absolutely brilliant. We've got a few more bits here in this really nicely detailed town. This is really nice. That is the bakery down there. We've got something on the other side as well, I think. I'm going to go and block some traffic now. Yeah. What's this back here? Oh, and a sell point back here. That's what's back here. That's quite nice. It's not necessary for the bakery, I don't think. But yeah, nice to see that. And we didn't end up blocking any traffic. Looks like animal purchase or the animal market back there. We've got cows in the field there. Looks like it's using the same sort of trick as Attingham does for its animated cows. We've got another sell point there. I think that's the wool factory, if I remember correctly. And then lastly over here, we've got the supermarket, the farmer's market, and a lime station. So yeah, nice spread of stuff down here as well. I don't think there's anything further down this court. Oh, there is. There is. So let's head down there and have a look. And then I think we might have a look and see what equipment we start this map with. It's quite a long trek back. Let's have a look. What's down here? Is this another farmyard? No, this must be a sell point because it's got lots of markers on it. Yeah, we've got. Oh, this is this a vineyard area? Vineyard sell point. What is this down here? No, this is the sawmill. So we've got wood chips here, and we've got wood and logs over here. So yeah, that's really nice. I really quite like that. What a map! That is big machinery, really, really nice looking. Will work very well for a big cooperative multiplayer. I think it would work wonderfully for that. Let's have a look at the equipment, shall we? And we start off with a lot of equipment on here. Nothing leased, all purchased. Just looking at some of the pictures for this, though, there's some big stuff in here. So starting with the medium tractors, you get a Massey Ferguson 7720S, a Class Axion 800, and a John Deere 7810. No hours on any of these, and 3 decent tractors around about the 200 horsepower mark. Harvesters, you get a Case Axle Flow 7150. Forage harvesters, John Deere 9700. Telehandlers, you got a Schaefer 4670T. Trailers, you've got a TA 23071 Power Push Plus from Brantner, along with two DD 24073/2 XXLs. Headers, you got the Case 3050 Terraflex 28 foot to go with your combine. Forage headers, you got the John Deere 360 Plus to go with the forage harvester. Plows, you've got a Cavernaland Ecomat. Cultivators, a Lemkin Carrot 12/500 KUA. Disc harrows, you've got an Agromass BTC 50H. Seeders, you've got an S Pro 6000 RC from Kuhn, and a Potinger Terrasim C6F. Sprayers, you've got the Hardy Navigator 4000 Delta Force. Fertilizer spreaders, you've got the Breedle K105. Weeders, you've got the Enbok Pneumatic Star 900. Mowers, you've got the Kverneland 4140L. Headers, the Kuhn GF8712. Windrowers, the Kuhn GA4731. Balers, you've got the Potinger Impress 125F Pro. You've got a FarmTech DPW 1800 bale trailer. Front loaders tools, you've got an Albert pallet fork, and header trailers, you've got the Nardi N40BX. So quite a range of equipment. Interestingly, you've got a baler and no bale spike, or a front loader actually. Yes, there's a front loader fork, but no front loader tools, and you've got a telehandler, but no telehandler tools. I think at some point a change has been made between having a front loader and a telehandler, because yeah, that's a little bit odd. So there is a little bit of a gap in the equipment here. You've got two direct seeders while having a cultivator and a disc harrow as well. And so I'd probably sell both the cultivator and the disc harrow. I think as you got two direct seeders. And yeah, I would sort something out with the front loader and the telehandler. That's a little bit weird. Otherwise, that's a fairly nice spread of equipment. I think that's a pretty good start on here. No mention if this map is compatible with or whether this has its own precision farming soil maps. So I don't know if this is a custom precision farming or use the default one. But yeah, it is a nice spread of equipment that you start with on here. I think I would alter it a little bit. I don't think it's perfect. But that's one of the nice things. I think sometimes having a gap in equipment is a good way to start. I am going to turn off the TLX because I feel like I'm talking fairly loudly over it. However, this is a pretty nice map. I think if you're looking to do a cooperative multiplayer, this map would be great for that. Certainly plenty of space for everybody to move. Plenty of large fields for you all to work with. I definitely think, unless you're in for a really big challenge, start from scratch on here is going to be really hard. So I probably wouldn't go for this map for that reason. If you're looking to play it in that way. But certainly, I think on New Farmer, it's very playable. I think on Farm Manager, it should be playable. You start with a 1,200, well, it's 1.2 million and no loans. So potentially you could have nearly up to 2 million, which would be enough to get you started, I think, on Farm Manager on here. And as I said, if you're looking to do a cooperative multiplayer, I think this map would be fantastic for that. I would just set it up in Farm Manager first before you do it. Otherwise, I think you'll have a little bit of a money problem. So this is where we're going to leave this. You can get this map from the Mod Hub. It is available on all platforms. It is a cross-platform map, so go check it out. And that is where I will leave this first look for today, which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.